Good afternoon, President Navarro and members of the County Council. My name is Arielle Grill, and I'm a parent of 2 children at Bradley Hills Elementary School, currently housed at the Radnor Holding Facility. First, on behalf of our entire school community, I want to express our tremendous gratitude that the addition to Bradley Hills is under construction and on track to be completed this August. Our 525 students and their families are so excited that they can learn under one roof for the first time in many years, along with 100 new students from Bethesda Elementary. Honestly, we never thought we would have another request from the council again, and then tragedy struck our nation at Sandy Hook Elementary. Suddenly, we all hugged our kids a little tighter and looked at our schools to see how we could make them safer. In the case of Bradley Hills at Radnor Center, as well as 25 other Montgomery County public schools, we can't even lock the front doors of our school because we have no mechanism for unlocking them. Every other school in the county has a security system in place or is in the process of having one installed. These buzz-in systems provide a camera at the front door, so the door remains locked until the school secretary can identify the visitor through the camera and then press a buzzer to unlock the door and permit entry. Radnor and the other 25 remaining schools are slated to receive these systems, but not until the new fiscal year. I am here on behalf of all 26 schools to request that you accelerate these funds from the fiscal year 14 budget to allow installation of security systems in all schools as soon as possible. We have spoken with the MCPS Security Office, and they assure us that they will be able to install the systems in this fiscal year, most likely completing all within 14 weeks. Although I'm the PTA president of Bradley Hills, our PTA has not taken a formal vote on this issue, but I am speaking in response to the many hours of phone calls, emails, and personal conversations I have had with Bradley Hills parents. Their level of anxiety has increased tremendously since the press has exposed our school as having unlocked doors throughout the school day. At Bradley Hills, it is only the 5, 6, and 7-year-olds who learn inside the school building. All our big kids are in portable classrooms, which do remain locked throughout the day. You may ask why locking the door of these schools is necessary, considering that it could not prevent another Sandy Hook, and that's true. It's not possible to prevent every lunatic from gaining access to a school, but thank God the chance of such a tragedy happening again is very, very small. What's much more likely to occur is a situation like one of the following: a homeless person hiding in a bathroom, a pedophile sneaking in, a parent who's lost custody of their child coming in the school to grab their child, or worse. All of these nightmare scenarios can be prevented simply by installing one of these security systems. We are not asking that you cut any other expenses to meet the cost of these systems. At $14,000 per school, $364,000 total, this can be treated like you do with the acceleration of funds for the relocatable classrooms every year. There's a way to accelerate funds from July to the current fiscal year for an issue as important as safety, and we ask that you do, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much for being here. Councilmember Irvin.
Thank you very much for your testimony, Ms. Grill. You may not be aware of this, but the Council's Education Committee did meet last week, and we unanimously are recommending that this body in a few minutes pass the FY13 appropriation, that this will move forward and that work will be completed sometime this summer. So all the remaining schools, there are 47 remaining elementary schools, including holding schools, that will all be taken care of. So we appreciate your community's advocacy, and we're about to make a decision here that I think will make a lot of parents and school personnel very happy.
Councilmember Leonard.
Just very briefly, your community had an impact. Your advocacy had an impact. When you initially emailed myself and others, I made sure that the council president and the education chair were aware of your concerns. We communicated with the school board, and the school board got it. And so you made a difference, your community made a difference on behalf of all of our kids. So you should feel very good about this moment, because I think there's no question we're about to approve this request, and thank you for your help.
Thank you for spearheading this, because we know that local government doesn't usually work in the direction that it did in this case, and we really appreciate how hard you worked for this. And I don't know if you saw my quote in the Washington Post, but I did give you credit for the amazing speed with which you were able to make this happen. So thank you so much.
And I also want to recognize Mr. Helmuth. I think it's in the audience, and Mr. Song. And it is important to also remember that the school system does have an extraordinary security department, and I think the fact that this was already included in the CIP speaks volume for the fact that they're always being proactive, and you're absolutely right. I think, we heard from many parents, including yourself, on the really important measure to go ahead and accelerate this piece that was already included, but I know that, was in a different schedule, and I want to commend the school board for immediately recognizing this. I mean, it was literally 24 hours when the request, came in. So thank you for your advocacy, and thank you for everything that you do in MCPS to keep our children safe.